Mario, 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 Mario. Hi guys, Ty Lord here. I'm gonna do a video, something different today. Once again, I didn't have time to set up my equipment and the camera, and I didn't have time to edit stuff today. Well, I did, but I wanted to sit around and watch movies today. Kind of laying low like everyone else. I wanted to do a different kind of video today. I'm going to tag a few people at the end. First, I want to ask everyone to keep their hopes up during this trying time. Staying at home and staying away from crowds and not flying, not going to concerts, parties, bars, restaurants. I know it might be hard, but it's saving a lot of lives. If we would have just done nothing about this virus outbreak, went about our daily lives, everyone, the death toll would be in the millions. If we can lay low and do what we got to do, it'll be in the thousands, which is unfortunate, but at least that's what I assume from what I've learned. So just lay low, stay calm, play some games. Shout out to all of the truck drivers for moving all this food around. Shout out to everyone in the medical occupation. They're going to have their hands full pretty soon. Shout out to them. Shout out to grocery store workers. I know it sounds difficult, but try not to hoard stuff. We don't have a food shortage right now. We have roofs over our head. We have food to eat. Try not to hoard stuff, as your neighbors might not be able to get the stuff they need. Or if they don't have it, maybe if you have some, share with them. Anyway, but the whole topic of this video, I kind of want to get off of that. I don't want to talk about this coronavirus thing all the time. I want to try to take people's minds off of that and mine. The more you think about it, I'm not saying you shouldn't research the subject. I'm saying the more you talk about it and learn about it, it might stress you out. But try to get in everyone's minds off of this virus situation we have going on. This is a unique time. I don't think anything like this has ever happened in my lifetime. I'm sure our ancestors have gone through a lot worse, so we can get through this. We've had it pretty easy for a while, so we got to step it up when something like this happens. And don't be casual or cocky about this. If it affects anyone, it's going to affect our elderly. So stay indoors, stay away from the public for their sake. Because if there's going to be any deaths, it's going to be the elderly, and the elderly are amongst the wisest people that we have, and we don't want to lose them yet. Yeah, the hospitals will not be able to keep up with them or everyone with the virus and the respirators and all that if we keep partying, going out, hanging out with people. Keep your shopping quick and minimum. I always heard you should wear gloves because this virus can last on metal surfaces for up to 72 hours. So wear gloves and always sanitize your hands, wash your hands, all that. Blah, blah, blah. You've heard all this before. Sorry, dragging this out into something I didn't want it to be. I wanted to start a tag video series here. I was thinking about my games I like that are not really highly praised. I wanted to do my favorite guilty pleasure games, and I have a few of them. I'm just going to start with 5 of them today. So I want to talk about my 5 guilty pleasure games. Who knows, I might be playing this at home with some free time. I still work, luckily. For me, I'm still working. I even signed up for overtime the other day, but I might have some spare time. I've got to homeschool my daughter too, so who knows, I might not have time. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about some guilty pleasure games of mine, and I'll start with them right now. WrestleMania on the NES. Okay, this game is pretty garbage. I was really disappointed with it when I first played it because I had been playing Superstars at the arcade, and that's a belter of a game, Superstars. And then when you're a kid, you expect to buy the Nintendo tape, and then you expect it to be like the arcade, and it never is. Some of them are good, but this was not one of them. This was nothing like Superstars, and not developed by the same people at all. Um, Acclaim published this. This was actually developed by Rare of all people, and you know what? I kind of like this game. It has issues, but I kind of find it fun. The style of it, I don't mind. I like the way the characters are all unique. There's only 5 characters as far as I know. The Million Dollar Man, Bam Bam Bigelow, Honky Tonk Man, Macho Man, Randy Savage, Andre the Giant, and Hulk Hogan. So there's like 6 of them on here, and they all are pretty unique. There are not a lot of moves in here at all, but at least the characters are unique. Like they have different moves. My favorite wrestler on here is Ted DiBiase, and he sucks in this. He's like the worst guy, but I could still beat the game with him. Anyway, this was just a time of wrestling. I really liked it, so I sort of forced myself to like this. But now that I look back on it, I really enjoy myself with this game. And sometimes I still pop it in, and I play it, and I play it through and beat and get the championship. So that's the first one. Second one, Street Fighter 2 on the Game Boy. It's not that bad at all. It's missing a couple characters. Black and white, runs pretty slow, but I mean you can get it to work if you want to. If you input a Hadouken, he'll do a Hadouken. If you any special move, uppercuts work. Everything works in here. They pretty much have all their moves with only 2 buttons. I think they just have like hard punch, hard kick, but still it works. So I've always loved Street Fighter. Was my favorite game growing up. We had an ice cream parlor right near my elementary school, and it was right near my high school as well. But we would all the kids would go there after school to this ice cream parlor. It had 3 Street Fighter 2 arcade cabinets lined up. So we'd line up and play it, and we always wanted to get it for the Super Nintendo, and finally it came out. We got on Super Nintendo and Genesis, but I wanted to have a portable version too. Back then, I loved portable games back then as well. But I got this, and I was very pleased with it. Many hours I spent playing this on road trips, or if my family was using the TV. I just really enjoy this Street Fighter game. I think it runs good. The music's good. Sometimes I would just sit and listen to the music test. The little 8-bit renditions are really good on this. Yeah, it's missing Vega, E Honda, and Dalsim. E Honda always gets shafted for some reason. So Street Fighter 2 for Game Boy. Next one, I'm really embarrassed about this one. The Sims 2 on Nintendo DS. I don't like the Sims games at all. I don't find them fun at all. My wife is creative. Like she likes to build houses and whatnot on house building programs or whatever. So she enjoys stuff like that. I don't like them at all. This thing is totally different though. This is more like you're managing a hotel. It's kind of like a little adventure game. You're a hotel manager, and you're trying to get money to open more rooms at your hotel and to invite more guests in. You got to fill up all your rooms with different guests. You have to go around to the people in this little town and persuade them to get rooms at your hotel with little mini games. So it's kind of like a little open world. You go around and persuade people to join your hotel. You'll get cell phone calls from them to go clean something up or to go collect something. You go out in the desert to collect something. There are little side missions. There's a little music studio. There's a little art studio. The more you accomplish, the more money you make, the more rooms you can open up. I don't know. I just really enjoyed this. And you can end up buying stuff for your bedroom. You can put a bunch of arcade cabinets in your bedroom, and I just find it really fun. Back then, it was probably trash now, but oh yeah, you had a little art museum. You could draw pictures with a stylus, and then you could sell them to people, and they'd be gone out of the gallery after you sold it, and you draw new ones. Oh, and then aliens would attack, and you go around, and they were kind of like the Signs alien. They didn't like water, so you go around and shoot them with super soakers. A lot of the missions were based on going and shooting aliens with super soakers. I just remember I really enjoyed this game. I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but what the heck. Okay, here's a guilty pleasure, Rumble Roses XX. I did enjoy the PlayStation 2 version, but I think I played this one more. It's really pervy, but I think the game plays pretty well, and it's nice to look at, of course. Back before this, a lot of games were really polygonal, like they try to make women look sexy, and it would just look like a bunch of triangles. This thing looks kind of realistic. A bunch of like porn star looking women wrestling, but the game is actually pretty fun. I spent a lot of time with it. I had a girlfriend and everything, so it's not like I was desperate, but I enjoyed it. My wife doesn't care. Okay. Here's another fighting game. Star Wars Masters of Terraskasi. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I think that martial art is part of Star Wars lore. But this is a fighting game. It's a 3D fighting game similar to Tekken, with only Star Wars characters, and I just like it for the novelty of having a fighting game. I love fighting games. I always have, and I love Star Wars. I always have. So just the idea of having a Star Wars fighting game really goes over with me. And all your favorites are in here from the original series. There's even some hidden characters. Like there's a bounty hunter with the Mandalorian armor named Jodo Kast, and I remember he was in some of the novels. Oh, and then I think Mara Jade. There were like some characters I'd heard of in the novels. I think this gal is made up for the game. But yeah, Boba Fett's in here, Han Solo. When you first play it, it feels really clunky and bad compared to Tekken. But once you kind of get it down in the pattern, or if you play with some friends, or even if you play through the arcade mode, you start to get the pattern down. And I think it's pretty fun. I enjoy the gameplay style of this game. So Star Wars Masters of Terraskasi. And then the last one, once again, Street Fighter the movie. I found a good deal on this a while back. I had to have this game. I still play it from time to time. Some of my two of my friends at work are big gamers. A lot of times we go use the meeting room to play fighting games. And my buddy brought in his modded PlayStation Mini. We played this the other day a lot. We tend to enjoy it just for the novelty, just because it's hilarious. We all find this movie hilarious, and I just it plays a lot like Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but with these digitized actors. I just think it's awesome that there's a game with Jean-Claude Van Damme as a digitized Guile, and all these actors from the movie are in it. Like they must have just been on set in their costumes and got oiled up to pose in front of a blue screen for this video game. So everyone plays pretty much like Super Street Fighter 2. It's just really, really weird looking. The music in here is actually pretty good. Yeah, I really enjoy this game a lot. Anyway, that's about it. So those are our... oh, that's actually 6 games. Yeah, 6 of my guilty pleasure games right there. Yeah, enjoy every one of them. I don't really play Sims or Rumble Roses anymore. I still do pop Street Fighter and Star Wars, WrestleMania, and Game Boy Street Fighter. I still play those every once in a while. So those are mine, and I'm going to tag this on I'll tag it on to 4 people. And you guys don't have to respond to this, but I'm just going to tag 4 people. I didn't tag the last tag. I didn't tag someone for the last tag video I did, so I wanted to start a new one and tag new people, get people talking again. So I'll tag 4 of my Canadian friends. I'll tag Roman Dan, my buddy, um, game collector, game player, very knowledgeable. Um, I'm sure he has some good ones. And again, you guys don't have to do this if you don't want to. But yeah, Roman Dam, he is very knowledgeable on old games, and he keeps up with the new ones too, unlike me. Um, and then BioPhoenix, I'll tag him. He may have talked about this before, but it's I can't keep track of all of the videos I watched. Could have been a year ago or more, but he has some interesting taste in game. Yeah, he has a lot of same taste I do. But that guy's really good at making videos. I think he's been doing it since he was a little teenager. So he has a lot of confidence in his product, and you never hear him complaining or anything about not getting views or not making money doing it. Like, he just does it to share it. Uh, really comfortable with his video style. Like a lot of people, I think this is because his experience doing it so much. Like, he busts out these reviews all the time, and their quality, and you can tell he's having fun and he's passionate about it, and just a really good person to comment on your videos too. He's always leaving me really good feedback on my videos, and I learn a lot of stuff. A lot of his anime reviews and video game reviews. I've gotten into a lot of things from watching his reviews, like stuff I would have never gotten into before, because he has some really obscure video games and anime that he reviews. So anyway, so I'll shout out BioPhoenix, and then another Canadian friend of mine, Alpha Nerd Entertainment, Steve. I'll shout him out. I need to do a proper shout out to him. I'll tag him for this guilty pleasure game topic, but yeah, Alpha Nerd Entertainment. That guy is a pro at doing a video with no editing. No special effects or anything. He really puts a lot of charisma and knowledge into all of his reviews with one take. No editing like I do all the time, and brings a lot of passion to it. I can't really say enough good stuff about the Alpha Nerd, but I'll tag him. And then one more Canadian, my buddy CATSGAMESWHATEVER. I'll tag you. CATSGAMESWHATEVER has always been a friend of my channel. I don't know him in real life, but I consider him a friend too. Up there in Canada, another really knowledgeable gamer collector. Really enjoy all of his videos. He usually does this style of video that I'm doing here, but he's way more entertaining than I am. But I'll tag him. So anyway, you got the four Canadians: Roman Dan, BioPhoenix, Alpha Nerd, and CATSGAMESWHATEVER. I'll tag those four. You guys don't have to do it if you don't want to. You could drop it in one of your videos if you want to. You don't even have to make a whole video about it. Just starting a new tag series. I haven't really ever done that before. I kind of wanted to get more social since I won't be being social in real life anymore. Okay. Good talking to you guys. Later.